So be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals.
A sucker's a nigga pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit there and you go, oh, I'm not going because this. I think I can take him.
Look at this chaos. 50 Cent just exploded on Jay Prince after rumors started flying that Jay tried to push him out of Houston like he runs the whole city. And 50, he's not biting his tongue. He's going all in. He's calling Jay out and airing out all the sneaky stuff going down behind closed doors. Word on the street is Jay's been throwing shade, allegedly blocking 50's business moves and maybe even sending people to stir up drama behind the scenes. But 50 ain't letting it slide. He's firing shots online, straight trolling Jay on Instagram, even daring him like, if you're really that tough, come see me.
Insinuate, extorting people. Ain't no money in that. Real nigga ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? I mean, I don't want to impose or force myself.
That's bold. And here's the kicker. 50's claiming he's got receipts, real evidence that could expose Jay Prince's whole operation. If that's legit, Jay could be facing some serious fallout. But let's keep it real. Jay Prince still got major pull in Houston. He's got a loyal crew, people who would back him no matter what. So yeah, 50 better keep his head on a swivel because this beef, it's way deeper than online smoke. It could get real out here. This ain't just internet drama. It's a full-blown clash between two heavyweights. And if either one of them slips up, it could be lights out, no cap. And here's where it really starts heating up. There's serious talk about extortion and strong arm tactics. 50's been loud for years, saying Jay Prince been running the check-in game like a gatekeeper, making folks check in when they step into Houston.
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker's a pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you sit there and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but I'll fuck with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince in the mouth.
And you know 50, he don't play that. He's been pressing Jay hard, calling out the quiet power moves and exposing the behind-the-scenes plays Jay been trying to keep hidden. Meanwhile, Jay Prince still walks around like he's the king of Houston. This beef has been brewing from a distance for a while. 50 holding down New York, Jay keeping control over Houston. They were talking slick from separate corners, never really getting face-to-face until now. But things done changed. The tension's out of control. It's getting crazy. When 50 Cent moved to Houston, he didn't just change addresses, he brought the whole empire with him. This wasn't just a casual move. 50 touched down in Jay Prince's zone with purpose. He even dropped a slick tweet like, I love New York, but I live in Houston now. I'll explain later. And trust, he wasn't just playing around, he had a plan. One of the biggest reasons 50 Cent bounced to Texas? The taxes, or really the lack of them. He was already heated about how New York was draining his bank account, talking about taxes shooting up to 62%.
Foremost, so Melcy, you may not know this. You had the opportunity to take Houston.
Yeah.
But you chose Shreveport.
Yeah. And Houston didn't have the same, they embraced me good. Like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here, like even the tax incentive.
That's wild money straight out of his pockets. And if there's one thing 50 don't play with, it's his bread. So he made moves quick, got out of there before the government could snatch another dime. But it wasn't just about the money. 50 had his eyes locked on Houston's music scene too. We're talking about one of the rawest, realest spots for hip-hop, rap, and trap in the country. And 50? He's not just spitting bars, he's running empires, music, TV, liquor, he's deep in all of it. Houston looked like the perfect next chapter to stack more millions and spread his brand even wider. Now let's talk Branson Cognac. 50 wasn't just chilling, he was out there, pulling up at Houston liquor stores, showing off his bottles like a straight boss. And that wasn't no random promo run. Word is, he hit the jackpot in the H.
Came to the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his Unity Camp program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence. And so today we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Woo! Now before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
The people were loving it, and 50 saw the city as the perfect place to plant his flag and build real connections. But here's where the fire really kicked up. Jay Prince wasn't having it, not one bit. People say he felt like 50 was stepping all over his turf, and this move wasn't just business. It felt like a challenge. Jay's been holding Houston down for years, and he don't take kindly to folks popping up in his city without giving that nod of respect. Now the energy's personal, and it's turning into a real street-level standoff. Allegedly, Jay Prince tried to shut 50 down the moment he landed. Word is, Jay sent his team to put pressure on him, trying to force that whole check-in thing, like 50 had to pay up just to move around the city. But 50 wasn't with none of that.
20, and I get 25. Matter of fact, God darn it, 50 Cent, get out here. Come on, you all.
Woo! If I was your best friend, I want you around.
I know all the time I've spent with him, we've had some great times. He even tried to sell me some fleas one night.
I gotta hang out with the people that can buy this stuff from me.
$10, $120, I get 125, I get 125, I get 125.
I think Johnny might be on.
He stood 10 toes down and let folks know he got his own security and he ain't letting anybody push him around under some fake code of respect. And you already know 50, he's petty when he wants to be. Word is he's straight clowned Jay Prince, and that lit the fire even more. There were even whispers that Jay Prince tried to hit 50 with a no-fly zone, like, don't show your face in Houston again. But 50 didn't budge. He stood tall, stayed on the move, kept his business flowing, and even gave back to the community around him. Now this is where things take a wild turn. 50 Cent had some massive plans lined up for Houston. He was about to drop a cool $20 million on a brand new G-Unit film studio right in the city.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word, checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
That would have been a game changer. Folks thought he was locking in for good, ready to build an empire deep in H-Town. But then, boom. Out of nowhere, he pulled the plug and moved the whole operation to Shreveport, Louisiana. Total curveball. And here's the twist. Despite all that heat behind the scenes, Houston still rolled out the red carpet for him. In 2022, not even a full year after he moved there, Mayor Sylvester Turner came through with major love. He handed 50 a key to the city and even declared a whole 50-cent day during the big Thanksgiving parade. That's next-level respect. The mayor didn't sugarcoat it either. He called 50 one of the most impactful people in the city, gave him props as a rap icon, a business boss, and a true giver to the community. He even highlighted how 50 was helping high school students level up into future entrepreneurs. That's no small talk. That's real recognition, even while the drama with Jay Prince was bubbling under the surface.
Don't turn me down. What she said? Don't turn me down. What you on, folks? Don't turn you down. Yeah, man. What you on, folks? What you mean what I'm on? What you on, man? What the deal there? What up? What up? You want to buy your shit back or what? You ain't get, you flunked out. I'm trying to see where you at. You dumb. What you got? $20 out of car? Nah, nigga. You know what we got, nigga. Stop that cap. Man. Capping, bro. They gonna believe anything. You want me to start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy. You bitch ass niggas on this bitch like y'all stole something.
Through his G-Unity program, 50's been leaving a serious mark on the city. So much so that the mayor stamped November 24th as 50 Cent Day, officially. Mayor Turner even told him straight up, Houston will always be your home. And the people, they showed mad love. You could feel the energy, like 50 had officially earned his spot in the city's heart. And 50? He showed nothing but love back in his speech, giving the city props and showing real appreciation. But while all that celebration was going down, you already know who wasn't clapping, Jay Prince. Word is, he was heated behind the scenes, fuming while watching 50 get all the shine in a city he once controlled like a boss. Here's the cold truth. When you stack the facts, it's clear why Houston started rocking with 50 so heavy. While Jay was still seen as this street figure with old school clout, 50 came in building something real. He wasn't just talking. He was investing in the people, putting real money behind programs and showing love in ways that hit home. One of his biggest moves? The G-Unity Business Lab, an educational project that's teaching high schoolers real-life business skills inside Houston's school system. That's how you make legacy moves. But 50 didn't stop at schools. He went all in on Houston's sports and entertainment world too. His Sire Spirits brand locked in major deals with all three of Houston's pro teams, the Rockets, the Astros, and the Texans. That's serious reach. His brand was everywhere, from courtside to the stadium suites, next level exposure. Then in 2022, he shook things up even more by launching the first ever Houston Tycoon Comedy and Music Festival, putting a fresh spin on the city's entertainment scene. And right after that, he linked with the Rockets to hand out 1,000 free turkeys for Thanksgiving. But he wasn't done flexing that generosity. Fast forward to 2023, 50 went huge for the holidays again, dropping $850,000 worth of toys to help the citywide club meet its insane goal of giving out 100,000 toys to local kids. That's love in action. And in 2024, he kept the streak going.
The little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce. I got your keys to your McLaren. All that shit that they took. And the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas. You got your keys. You got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro.
50 helped raise $500,000 for the Houston Children's Charity, even auctioning off 2 massive bottles of his Le Chemin du Roi champagne. That one night alone pulled in $6 million, the biggest haul the organization ever saw. That's real impact. This wasn't just about shining. This was legacy building. While some folks stayed caught up in street politics and flexing old school power, 50 was creating real change in the city. Let's be honest, 50 Cent's footprint in Houston is stamped deep. The city backs him heavy, and it's easy to see why. He didn't just pop up and take pictures.
Hey, I don't want no friends. I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy, I don't respect none of that, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty around me you could call. Nigga, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy. And I'm good on keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Man,
he brought real money, real energy, and gave real support to the people. That kind of love, you gotta earn it. It ain't something you buy or bully your way into. Now flip the page to Jay Prince and his so-called mob ties crew. Where do you even start? Instead of uplifting the city, Jay's name stays wrapped up in stories about pressure and intimidation, especially toward artists who come through Houston. He called himself the King of H-Town and used that title to run what he claimed was a protection system. At first glance, it might have seemed like he was looking out for folks. But dig deeper, and it sounds more like a hustle. That whole checking in game, that's where things start to smell funny. Here's how the whispers go. When an artist shows up in Houston, they're expected to show love to Jay Prince. But it ain't no friendly welcome. It's usually about dropping serious cash. Not for services, but for protection. He paints it like he's keeping artists safe, making sure nobody snatches chains or messes with entourages. But behind that, it looks more like a setup than security.
When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a little, like the dudes that raised me, If I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send niggas to do nothing for us. We don't pay niggas to handle our problems. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up. When young niggas started sending old niggas out, and just because this little ignorant nigga got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this. And I stand, my name is Mace. I stand by this message.
Here's what most folks miss. The check-in game got a dark side. It ain't really optional. Artists who think they can skip it and just roll with their own security, they start running into problems real quick. Chains start disappearing. Cars go missing. Entourages get jumped out of nowhere. And somehow, it always happens to the ones who don't fall in line. Take NBA YoungBoy, for example. He touched down in Houston and made it clear he wasn't checking in with nobody. He was standing on business, doing things his own way. But what happened next? While he was busy handling work, his spot got hit. Some dudes broke in, snatched his chains, cleaned out his cash, and even jacked keys to a couple of his luxury whips. That wasn't random. That looked like a message. This whole check-in system, it ain't about showing love or keeping artists safe. It's a control move, a money grab. And people are finally starting to see it for what it really is. And it didn't stop there. After YoungBoy got hit, the same people who broke into his place allegedly tried to run a ransom game.
Nothing should have happened. What do you say to that?
What I would say to that is, I have a track record, man, and the Prince family have a track record of 30 plus years of, honoring and loving on our guests and being with our guests, and no shit like this never happened. But here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. We ain't never had nobody to attack us. If you know what I mean. When a man attack a situation with a weapon, then, it become a playing field where, any and everything goes. So that's what we're dealing with right here. And that's the root of the...
Mike and Junior was walking by. He actually went in the restroom to wash blood off his hand where he had reached up on the takeoff. He had to pick him up and his fingers went in it. Why blood? Well,
they reached out demanding $30,000 to return his stuff. Wild, right? But YB wasn't going for it. He stood firm and called them out, saying they were reckless and goofy for thinking he'd fall for that weak play. Then out of the blue, Jay Prince steps in. He hops on Instagram, casually posts a video, tags YB, and says the stolen items were delivered to him. Like it was no big deal. Like he was doing YoungBoy a favor. He even told him to hit him up if he wanted his stuff back. Real smooth, like it wasn't all suspicious. But YoungBoy wasn't buying none of that. He shut it down fast, called Jay out publicly, telling him to keep that fake kindness and stop acting like a savior. And he didn't sugarcoat it either. YB went off, saying it made no sense for a grown man, nearly 60, to be out here posting drama on social media like some clout-chasing teenager. To YoungBoy, it wasn't some random act of goodwill. It looked like a setup. Plain and simple. He saw through the whole game, and he knew if he reached out, it'd probably come with a price tag way bigger than what the robbers wanted. So instead, he stood on his own and didn't fold, no matter how messy it got. And guess what? NBA YoungBoy ain't the only one speaking out. Cameron and Mace lit Jay Prince up too on their podcast, It Is What It Is. They didn't hold back, clowning him for still being knee-deep in drama at his age. They said, instead of playing puppet master in the streets, Jay should be using his position to guide the young generation. Teach them how to move smart, not pull them into chaos. And that's just the surface. Let's talk about those shady dice games. There's been a whole wave of talk about Jay Prince and his sons allegedly setting these games up every time rappers slide into Houston. And surprise, surprise, those games don't seem clean. Word is, they're rigged just enough to make sure artists leave lighter in the wallet. Some call it a hustle wrapped up in a game of chance. Either way, it's looking funny in the light. But here's where things get real dark. You've probably already heard the name Jay Prince connected to that heartbreaking night with Takeoff. Yeah, that night. It all went down during one of those dice games. Reports say things got heated, a fight broke out, and then gunshots. One of those bullets hit Takeoff. And just like that, he was gone. But now things are getting even murkier. Word is, some new footage might have popped up, and it's shaking the story up. What's being said behind the scenes is chilling.
Believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living, but...
Allegedly, Jay Prince wasn't feeling the way Takeoff and Quavo came through Houston without checking in. People close to the situation say he felt disrespected, straight up. And rumor has it, he gave the silent nod to his people to send a message. Not something deadly, just a little scare, maybe rough them up a bit and let them know who runs what. But it backfired big time. Things spun out of control. And what was supposed to be a warning turned fatal. Takeoff ended up losing his life, and since then, the streets haven't gone quiet. Whispers turned into conversations. Conversations turned into questions. And every time Jay Prince gets hit with one of those questions about that night, people say he starts shifting around, dodging the tough stuff, never really giving a clear answer. Just a bunch of talk with no real truth behind it. Makes you stop and wonder what really went down that night and who's still trying to keep it buried. And it ain't just Takeoff. This pattern runs deeper. Remember Duke the jeweler? Dude thought he was walking away a winner after stacking up $100,000 at one of those so-called friendly dice games, but he never made it to his car. He got ambushed right after the game. Everything he had, gone. And even worse, they didn't let him leave with his life. Cold. That's 2 major losses tied to the same shady circle. 2 men gone, both connected to the same kind of setup. Coincidence? Doesn't feel like it. So when you line up 50 Cent and Jay Prince side by side, the difference is crystal clear. 50's been in the streets for sure, but now he's out here building, putting up schools, launching big events, donating millions. He's pouring back into the city. Meanwhile, Jay Prince, his name keeps popping up in whispers, linked to dice games, setups, intimidation tactics, and moves that leave people nervous to speak out loud. That's why 50 Cent's name gets real respect, while Jay Prince's image, it's starting to blur fast. But here's where it really starts to heat up. Allegedly, Jay Prince has been plotting behind closed doors, trying to figure out how to push 50 out of Houston completely. Word is, he's been setting up ways to undercut 50's businesses and squeeze him out quietly. But before that plan could really pop off, another fire hit. 50's issues with Big Meech started bubbling up heavy. Now Jay and Big Meech, they go way back. That's family to him. So the second 50 and Meech got into it, Jay picked his side, fast. Sources say Jay even sent a few people to slide up on 50, no loud threats, but just enough to let him know, back off or else. Real silent pressure. So now, this beef ain't just business, it's personal. Real serious, real heated. But let's be real, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. He ain't the type to scare easy. He didn't fold, didn't panic, instead he flipped the script. Played it cool but bold. Started pulling receipts and publicly putting Jay Prince's whole alleged extortion hustle on Front Street. And now, word is, 50's got a mission. He's trying to take down Jay Prince's grip on Houston once and for all. And he ain't keeping it low-key. He's dragging it all out in the open. Cracking jokes, trolling online, and having fun while doing it. Petty? For sure. But entertaining? You already know. It's wild out here. But here's the real question. Does 50 Cent need to keep his head on a swivel in Houston? Or is he already cooking up his next boss move that's gonna leave Jay Prince scrambling to keep up? Let us know what you think in the comments. This one's getting spicy. If you're rocking with this deep dive, go ahead and smash that like button, drop your thoughts below, and hit that subscribe so you stay locked in with us. Share this with your crew. Your group chat's gonna need it. And don't forget to tap that bell so you never miss the next jaw-dropping update we bring your way. Catch you on the next one. We're just getting started.